Hey y'all, got another fun one here from Taurus. This monstrosity here is the Raging Judge Magnum. This thing is huge. It's a beast. This here shoots the 45 Colt, the 410 3-inch, and a 454 Casull. And this pistol, first off, it weighs 3.78 pounds. They listed it as 60.6 ounces. So I converted that, comes out to 3.78 pounds. To put that in perspective, the M4 carbine weighs 6.36. So it's about roughly 3/4 the size of an M4 carbine as far as weight. This thing's huge. And you kind of want that when you're shooting a 454 Casull, because otherwise you would pay for it. I mean, you feel it enough, but you would seriously pay for it. Now this guy here, if you've watched my video on the Raging Bull 454 Casull that I put out a couple weeks ago, the recoil on that is extremely stout, and on this, you don't feel it quite as bad because there's, with the shorter barrel, there's actually more muzzle rise. With the Raging Bull, it kind of pretty much goes straight back. There's not as much muzzle rise. So on that one, I'd say you feel a little bit more. So this one here, you might be a little bit more comfortable shooting it. However, it's going to take you just slightly longer to get back on target because, like I said, there is a little bit of muzzle rise. Now, the 454 Casull, if you have not fired it, I fired the 410 3-inch out of here, which I've had a lot of people say is a bear. I've had people say that kicks extremely heavy. The 454 Casull, I would say, kicks roughly twice as much as the 410. The 410 recoil is about half of that of 454 Casull. So if you think the 410 kicks a lot, 3-inch, that'll give you some perspective on what the 454 Casull does. It's a beast. I believe it's one of the fourth largest or fourth most powerful handgun cartridges in the world. Fourth, fifth, sixth, somewhere up there. It's a big round. When I shot the 45 Colt out of this massive handgun, it had the recoil of approximately a 22, and I'm not joking on that. The 45 Colt felt like a 22 shooting out of this pistol. So it manages the recoil, as well as could be expected. But for me, I love recoil. So for me, it's a blast to shoot. I love it. Now, like I said, it is a big gun. For me, I believe the best mission for this gun is probably one of two things, and then I'll maybe throw in a third. I think for one, I think this would be an excellent home defense gun. You could fill this with the 410, and for example, like the Winchester PDX-1 has 4 .30 caliber projectiles and 16 BBs, which if I remember correct, I think the BB size is 17 caliber. So when somebody were to get hit with that, that's like getting shot with 4 .30 caliber rifles and 16 like 17 HMRs. Now, it's probably not as high velocity, but you get the point. It's a lot, okay? So with the size of this, I believe this would make an excellent bedside gun if you have a bedside safe big enough for it. I believe it's an excellent home defense gun. I mean, you could put, optimally, I would put 3 410 shells and 3 45 Casull, and if for some inexplicable reason those 3 410 shells, which would equal 12 .30 caliber rifles and let's see, 48, like 60 some 17 caliber rifles, if that wouldn't do them in, the 45 Casull would. I mean, as There's no way it couldn't. And then if you had, if you were gone, as a male, if you were gone for the weekend and your wife was home, or if you're a female watching this video, if you're home, if you have a smaller frame, or even if you're a man with a smaller frame, or maybe you just don't like recoil, it does give you that option of the 45 Colt, and they are putting some pretty decent 45 Colt home self-defense rounds on the market. So anyway, like I said, #1 mission for me for this gun, home defense. #2, this would make an excellent glove compartment gun just to keep in your car. And obviously this is not a concealed carry weapon. However, you could carry it on the outside in a holster, which I would say would be the 3rd mission. I believe as a guide gun with dangerous animals, when you're dealing with grizzly bears, stuff like that, if you're up in Alaska, I believe this would make an excellent gun for that. So that's, in my opinion, what I believe the mission would be. This gun here is a 6-shot, so it does hold a good amount of cartridges. A lot of these really big ones that handle the big cartridges only shoot 5. This one shoots 6. Has a 3-inch barrel, matte stainless steel, and has a nice grip on it, nice rubber grip. And then it's got this red grip in the back, which I guess is the Raging series. They all have the red grip for a little bit of extra cushioning. It does have the Taurus security system, so you don't need a padlock. Comes with a key, and here's the thing in the back of the hammer here. It prevents it from firing. The overall specs of it, the height is 6.6 inches tall, length is 10.2 inches, width is 1.9, and as I said, it weighs 60.6 ounces, which is 3.78 pounds. It's a monster, like I said. These sights are fixed. It is single and double action, and then it also has a double locking system, kind of like the Raging Bull, which is nice. You're going to get a good secure cylinder lockup. You're not going to have any problems with even with that 454 Casull. MSRP on it is $936. Not sure what the street going price is, what retail price is, but that is the MSRP. So if you haven't fired one, go ahead, try one. Even if you fired the Judge, I would recommend shooting this. It's a whole different breed of gun, a lot bigger. It has to be bigger to shoot that 454 Casull. It's, like I said, it's just a massive round. I love that round. That's my favorite big bore round. I love it. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Semper Fi.